Who should pay for dinner in 2024? The man? The woman? Do they split it 50-50? Things work better when everyone follows their natural gender roles, and apparently that needs to be spelled out for a whole bunch of you. Men and women both need to hear this. Today we're going to go over dinner date etiquette for men and women. So share this video with any of your friends that need it. Oh, and before we start, to all the dudes who are going to be in the comment section saying like, we have equality now. Oh, yeah, but feminism, so they should pay half. I'm not interested in fantasy land, which is exactly what feminism tries to convince everybody we fucking live in. I am interested in reality and what gets results. What is going to get the best results for men and women. And in fact, the only way for our society to go away from feminism and go back to more traditional gender roles is for men to lead women there. You cannot expect women to magically adopt accountability and magically like think in terms of equity. No. If we're going to get back to any kind of traditionalism, men have to be the ones to lead women there. Lead them there, and more importantly, stop whining and complaining about the way things currently are. Yes, it sucks, but whining and complaining about it doesn't solve a damn thing. The only way to get a woman to act feminine is to be masculine. So you have to go first. You have to lead her into her femininity. You have to lead her into that traditional gender role by adopting the traditional gender role for men on your side first. So let's get stuck into the criteria. Number one, who decides where to go for dinner? The men do. The man decides where to go, and he's going to decide within his budget and within the knowledge of the restaurants he is aware of and the places he's been to. Perhaps he knows certain restaurants, perhaps he knows people who work there, perhaps he knows the menu really well and he can recommend things. We'll get to that in a minute. But the man decides where you go for dinner. Women, it's important. Listen to this. Go where he tells you to go, okay? If you suggest places that are really, really expensive and that's outside of his budget, he's going to assume you are a gold digger. He's going to assume you're just going to use him for a foodie call. He's taking the lead and making a decision. Get into your goddamn feminine and follow his lead and go where he tells you to go. And more importantly, you'll probably be pleasantly surprised because he's going to be in a great mood and he's going to be in a more charming mood and more agreeable mood with you because you're following his lead. Question number two, who decides the dress code? The man does. Men, you need to tell her what to wear. Is this super casual? Is it formal? Do you want her wearing a dress? Do you want her wearing jeans? Is it summery? Like it's an outside venue? Is she okay in a skirt and a singlet top? Is it a more fancy place? Maybe a cocktail dress, something like this? High heels? You should be very, very clear and tell her what to wear. Women rack their brains worrying about what to wear to dates like this. The easier you can make this for her, the more compliant she is going to be, and compliance is what you want from a woman to have a happy, healthy relationship. When a woman is complying to her man, following his lead, she falls into a natural feminine and he falls into his natural masculine. To make things even easier, if she actually has an Instagram account and you can see something on her Instagram account which you kind of like the look of and matches the dress code, take a screenshot of it, send it to her and say something like this, or even wear that, right? And more importantly, when she rocks up, follows your instructions, rocks up wearing that thing, compliment her on it. Off rip. You want to compliment her on it because you want to reward compliant behavior. Women, listen to him and wear what he tells you to wear. The next question, who organizes the transport? Men, if you have a car and you can drive and it's not an outrageous distance to go pick her up and then take her to dinner, pick her up. Or if, say, you pick the location that's kind of halfway between the two of you, you drive there and organize her Uber there, right? Now, women, if you want to drive, you can drive. If you don't feel safe getting in this guy's car, it is the first date or whatever after all, then that's totally okay. You don't have to get in his car. You can tell him, that's okay, I'll drive myself, or that's okay, I'll Uber there. Men, I want you to offer, first of all, to pick her up and take her to the venue, or to sort out her transport by calling her an Uber and getting her there. Then you'll actually also know she's going to be on time because she has to get into the Uber and you can see when the Uber's going to arrive. So women, if you get to an Uber, you're going to have to hop in and be on time, okay? So you have to respect his time. That's a very big thing about organizing the transport actually, is it's about respecting the man's time. You don't want to disrespect a man's time. The next question, who orders the food? The answer, the man does. The man should order the meal for both himself and his date. This is also why the man should choose the venue, so he knows the menu. He's aware of the menu. Maybe he's eaten there a few times before. He knows what's good. He knows what he can recommend. Now, men, you should ask her in advance before you pick the place, what kind of food do you like? What kind of food don't you like? That's actually more important to find out what she does not like. If you're allergic to anything, then, okay, if there's things she does like and you're amenable to that, cool, find a place that suits that. But more importantly, just make sure you know what she does not eat. And then pick a place, and then order for her. Women don't like making decisions. Women love when dudes order their food for them. It actually turns them on. It's impressive. It's masculine. It puts them into their feminine. They can start to build trust with you, right? If you can order really well, they can start to trust you. Like, huh, this all tastes fantastic. In fact, in that situation, I actually like to order like 2 or 3 different things, and then we kind of share and try a little bit of everything, right? It makes it a more interesting experience than just sitting there, each person has a meal and you kind of do the regular pouring thing. It's a much more fun way to have a dinner date, in my opinion. Women, communicate in advance if you have any allergies, if you have any massive dislikes for food. If you're picky in any way, shape, or form, communicate that very, very clearly before the date, okay? And then let him order the food and roll with it. And the most important question, who pays? Men, you pay, okay? She put time and effort into her makeup, into her appearance. She invested actual money into her appearance as well, by the way. So you should pay. She's taking the time out of her day. She actually probably invested a lot more time to get ready for the date. You invited her out as well, by the way. You're the one who asked her out, so you pay. Simple as that. Women, you can offer to pay, but he should refuse. Now, I hope this video has been helpful for both men and women. And as a matter of fact, I have a whole bunch of videos on similar topics like this, like how to improve relationship health. So check them out right over here.